it's Jenna from scribblinggrace.com. Today I'm just doing a little process video rather than a tutorial on how I'm painting a Bible using acrylic for the base and watercolor for the details. And this is kind of a new territory for me. I have posted a video before on how to paint the cover of a Bible, and that one used just acrylics. And so today I just thought I would show you a little bit about using the watercolor and share a little bit of information, but definitely I will have a ton of information all about how to paint Bibles or book covers in that original blog post and video. So head on over there. I'll put the links in the description below, and in the blog post that goes along with this video at scribblinggrace.com/painted Bible cover watercolor. All one word. It's kind of a doozy of a URL, huh? But head on over there for more information if you're really wanting to know how to paint the cover of a Bible. This video I'm just kind of gonna do somewhat of a process. This Bible that I am painting, I'm actually giving away, doing a giveaway on my Instagram. So if you are watching this video near when I am posting it on, what's the date? It is September the 14th. Then head on over to my Instagram and enter the giveaway, and maybe you can win this Bible for free. So I am doing this giveaway because it is the 2-year anniversary of my blog, the Scribbling Grace blog. So if you are brand new to this channel, this video is a little bit different than what I normally do. I normally do Bible journaling tutorials, so I paint the insides of Bible pages. And use that as a form of worship and to learn and grow in my faith using Bible art. And so I have a huge ton of tutorials on painting and Bible journaling, and so definitely check it out if you are interested. It's at scribblinggrace.com, and of course also here on my YouTube channel. So anyways, I thought that I would just post this little video. If you are one of those people that loves to just watch painting videos like me, I hope that you enjoy this video. And I will go ahead and share a little bit of information with you as well on how I'm painting this Bible. Okay, so I very quickly went over the whole prepping process. So that's all in the beginning of this video. That's what I just sped through as I was talking. So I'm gonna go over the process of the prep, which is kind of the big bulk of the work when it comes to painting the Bibles. And it's my least favorite part, so that's why I sped it up. But so if you're a little confused when I'm talking, maybe just head on back to the beginning of this video to see. But I'll also put all the information about all the supplies that I'm using, all the fun links, tutorials, things that can help you paint a Bible, especially using watercolor, will all again be in the blog post that goes along with this video at scribblinggrace.com/painted Bible cover watercolor. I went ahead and I prepped by using my Liquitex Basics Art Gesso. It's white gesso, which I recommend because it covers up the surface of that Bible. And so I applied a layer of the gesso, and then because I wanted my surface to be nice, bright white, since I'm using watercolor, you kind of need a white surface, I did a layer of my white Liquitex Basics acrylic paint, which is more opaque than the gesso. So the gesso itself doesn't really cover up that logo in the middle of my spine, and so I had to use a layer of that acrylic. If you're using a Bible other than the Bible that I'm using, which is the ESV double column customizable cover, which is the white basic cover, it's made to be painted or customized. You'll want to, but you can use any type of Bible cover. So if you're using a different type of Bible, different version, different cover, as long as it's hardcover, you can totally paint it. You'll just need to do that layer of gesso and then as many layers of the acrylic as you need to get it fully white, so that you can't see whatever background is original to your Bible. And then because I'm using the watercolor, normally I would just leave it there at the acrylic. But since I'm doing watercolor on top, I wanted to make sure that I had a nice surface to do the watercolor on. And so the gesso that I use, the Liquitex Basics, has a nice gritty surface, which isn't great for Bible journaling, but for painting the cover of the Bible, it's a really great one, especially for watercolor. So it gives you really nice surface and toothiness to grab and hold on to that paint and the watercolor especially. So I did another layer of the gesso on top of the acrylic, which normally I wouldn't do, but with watercolors I do. So I did that layer of gesso again. And then I'm just taking my Kuretake Gansai watercolor set and painting on my roses and my leaves. And then a little bit of, I'll paint some little rose buds in yellow also, just to give another extra color in there. And that's pretty much it for the painting aspect of the Bible. I would say that acrylics are way easier than using watercolor. The watercolor can tend to pick up, it can smudge really easily, and it's a little bit different of a process, and just straight up acrylics is a lot easier. So if you're new to painting or painting Bible covers, I highly suggest starting with that, just acrylics and skipping the watercolor. But watercolor has such a cool look to it, so that's why I'm using it today. So after I finish my painting, I am going to go ahead and add my lettering, and then I'll seal my Bible. So because I'm using watercolor, I'm using a different sealer than I usually do with, sorry, it's my baby. I'm using a different sealer than I usually do. I normally would use just a normal matte Mod Podge and paint that onto my Bible cover on top of the acrylic paints to seal it, and then I would add my lettering and then seal it again. Adding that first layer of sealing before doing my lettering gives a nice surface for my pen. I like to use a paint pen, my Uniposca paint pen, to do my lettering most of the time. Sorry, I had to put my baby down. But I like to use a Uniposca paint pen to do my lettering. But with this one, it's a little bit different. So you can't use that painted on Mod Podge to seal it. So I used a spray sealer. So I use spray Mod Podge, matte Mod Podge, which you can still get at the art supply store or Amazon. And you can just spray it just like spray paint on top of the Bible, and that way it won't smear that watercolor right off. Painting the normal Mod Podge just smears it all over the page, so you don't want to do that. But a spray sealer won't give you any issues. But I do find that using the spray sealer and trying to letter on top of that is really tricky, because that spray sealer just has a really weird texture and it makes it really difficult to letter on top of. So that's just something to keep in mind. So for this one, I lettered before I sealed it, which makes it a little trickier because there's no margin for error. Normally, when I'm doing my other types of Bibles with just acrylics, I can seal it, add the lettering, and if I mess up, I can usually kind of wipe it off and do it over again. But in this case, you can't do that, so it makes it a little bit trickier. But I went ahead and I'm just adding my lettering, and you do want to make sure that you're using a waterproof pen as well. So I'm using my Tombow Funusuke brush pen, which is waterproof permanent. You could also use a Micron pen, or you could use a paint pen, but I do find that the paint pens can splatter a bit, especially on top of that gritty gesso texture that it's on. So here's the Mod Podge that I'm using, and I'm just I just do a nice good layer, let that dry, and then I do at least another layer, but I would recommend multiple layers to make sure that you have a nice fully sealed Bible, and it makes it a little bit easier to clean as well. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different. Again, if you're watching this as of September 14th, 2019, head on over to my Instagram to join that giveaway. It'll be open for 10 days. So I kept it open for a while, so head on over before it ends. All right. Many blessings. God bless.